what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you how we built a little privacy fence for our pool. So I started this project by marking where I wanted the posts to go. I had a general idea, but since they were 8 feet apart, I wanted to make sure I got them accurate. Most of the time when you get boards from like a home improvement store like Lowe's or Home Depot, they're not true to the 8 feet length. So I was just using these boards for like a general idea to make sure that they were going to work okay. After I made sure all my measurements were going to work, I now decided to use the auger to start the digging, and I'm not going to lie, that thing was very hard to use. I believe it's supposed to be used with 2 people, although 1 person can use it, but since I was right up on the fence and I hit a lot of gravel, it definitely took a lot longer than it should have. Since my fence was going to be 6 feet high, I needed to be at least 2 feet into the ground. You can see later in the video that on the left post, I did not get it all the way to 2 feet. I think it was like 1 foot and 8 or 9 inches, but it was just impossible to dig anymore. So I just decided to reinforce it a little bit more. Now when doing the concrete, I like to do half of the bag first, add the water, mix it up. That way it makes it easier to mix up, and it also makes it so that you completely mix it. Now when adding the supports, make sure you at least have it on 2 sides. It's probably best if you use 3 sides, but I like to make sure that I at least have 2 sides, that way I know it's for sure level. I started this job by myself, thinking that it wouldn't take me long to do, but honestly when I got to this part, it ended up being extremely difficult to do it with just myself. You can tell that I struggle quite a bit. I think I even dropped the posts at some point, but I ended up just doing 2 boards this day, and then I waited for the next day to have some help. Initially when I started, I wanted to have 1 board be the separation between all of them. But as you tell in this video, none of the boards are truly straight. Some of them kind of have some bend to them. And I just thought it'd be best to just kind of eyeball it and not have it be perfect, since you're not really going to notice from a distance. So as you can tell, I struggled quite a bit. Probably took me about 20 minutes just to get 2 boards up. So I was already frustrated with how the progress was going. And then my kids decided to help and that they wanted to play, so I stopped for the day and waited till the next day when I had some help. Once my wife was able to help, it probably took us the same amount of time to do 1 whole panel as it did for me to do 2 in the previous day. And just make sure that you pre-drill your holes for the screws. It's probably not necessary, but I like to make sure that there's not going to be any cracking. And since it's outside, it's not going to cause any damage in the future. After we were done, I ended up adding a piece of 1x2 vertically in the center. I screwed each of the 1x4s into that 1x2. That way I made sure the spacing stayed consistent throughout. Since it's horizontal, it likes to kind of sag in the middle a little bit. And here's the final result. We ended up staining it black. Definitely adds a lot more privacy than we thought it would. And my wife enjoys having a little bit of privacy when we're in the pool and in our backyard.